So I just received a comment on a video, the video that I posted on the OB-4 called OB-4 Update, New Pitch Shifting Feature Changes Everything, capital letters for live performers. So someone commented on this and said, I don't get the idea. Why do you want to do this in a Bluetooth speaker? A dedicated looper / sampler would do the same job way better. So that's interesting because I really enjoy comments like that. He or she is genuinely interested and curious. And so, you know, I said, legit question. I'm going to respond to this with a follow-up video. So let me actually close the door real quick. Hang on. So yeah, there we go. So the idea behind it is kind of like the fact that you can do it with one piece of equipment, the fact that it's a speaker, so it's kind of inviting, right? If you do it in a public space, you could do it on just one thing that people, I think, are going to be intrigued with, as was the case on my recent trip to Nashville for a bachelor party. And I don't know, like even, I'm thinking out loud for a second, even like a dedicated sampler, like or looper or something like that. I think like maybe the Roland, I think, has like their MC 505, if I'm not mistaken, Mark II. So they have a looper with that, right? If I use that, I would need that for one. I would need an input going into that because it doesn't have Bluetooth, right? So I'd need a. Let me take this call 1 second. Kevin speaking. Okay, where was I? Yeah, so you need the unit, and then you need a sound source going in. So like in this case, I'm remixing like actual music that we like listening to on the radio. So you'd maybe have your phone or your iPad connected to it, and then you would play YouTube Music or Spotify or Apple Music, whatever, and that's sending music in, and then you would send out to whatever speaker you're using. So that's three things that you need in that setting. And even in that setting, I mean, I've used that looper a little bit. There's more things you can do with it, of course, than this in terms of looping stuff, for sure. I would like to see this get some additional features to be able to, like, I don't know, add drums or add like things like that to the loop that's playing. But for me, it's the idea of, and I should also say that's not battery operated. So you need to plug this in, right? You need to plug that setting in, that setup into something, or have like a battery pack or something, right? This is battery operated. This is just one thing that does all of that, which is just significantly better. It's instant. You turn it on, you go to the live radio. Even in that case, there's no live radio. The signal is not always the greatest where I live here in New Jersey, but yeah, why would you want to do that? So I guess that gives you a little bit of background about the difference in terms of like one unit versus like having many things. But then the other side of it, like for me personally, I've been interested in, I love music. I like producing music. I love playing music. I love listening to music and experiencing music. And this lets me experience music in a different way. And it also is, I guess you can say, kind of like allows me to sort of DJ a little bit, right? Like if I'm at a party or something, I can have a playlist going here. And sure, I can curate a playlist and play it through any regular Bluetooth speaker, which is cool. But here I can do that and I could look cool, you know, doing certain things on like the buttons and the wheel up here and stuff. But I could also like create that music and make it a different experience for people listening to it. So I think that hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight in terms of like why this is so special. It's one of those things where I think until you see it and try it out yourself, it's hard to kind of relay what makes it so cool. But, you know, for me, being able to go to, say, the boardwalk or go to New York City or something like that and just set up shop with just, I don't know, like a little chair or something, sit somewhere and just have this by itself, like that's kind of a big deal for me, right? It's just you throw it in one of my many. I have like 3 different types of travel bags for this. Like the field bag, the white one. I'm not gonna bring them into frame because there's a lot going on right off camera here. Actually, what I can do is this and then turn it around. So yeah, the field bag, which is that one right there, and then like a duty bag, and then like the original bag, which is, I guess it's called like the mesh bag or something. I think that's what it's called. So yeah, hopefully that answers the question. If you guys have any questions with the device, please let me know. I think I mentioned it in the previous video too, that I I want to do more content with this because I don't see people doing content with it, and I think it's like incredibly fun to do, but I I don't know the exact right medium for it because if I do stuff on YouTube, it's not really necessarily a great idea because you get demonetized because you're playing like, copyright music and stuff. And that's the best stuff, in my opinion, to play on here. Not like stuff that I produced, but like stuff that you guys like listening to regularly and then hearing me do something different to it. So that's where I'm at. If you have any questions with it, definitely let me know. It's called the OB-4. Not trying to sell anyone on anything aside from just like people who are curious about it. Like why do you have so much fun with it? What makes it so much fun? Hopefully I did a good job explaining that, just to shed some light on something that's maybe underappreciated. Maybe there's a lot of people out there who wrote it off or who don't care about a $600 Bluetooth speaker, without knowing the other things that are on here. I would say the other features like the Karma box and the metronome and the ambient mode, I don't really use those at all. So I'd like to see some other things come to this eventually. But the the white noise and the pink noise and brown noise, I do use those a lot on here, for my daughter. Or I'm sorry, well, daughter and son, but more so my son now, because he needs like the noise to sleep, or at least I think he does. All right, thank you for watching. Check me out on Patreon. Definitely want to give a shout out to that. Follow me on there or support the channel for as low as $3 a month. I think that's the cost for it. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Peace.